The morning I got back from a quick weekend trip, all I wanted was to unload groceries and crash. But as I turned onto my street, something felt off. I slowed to a stop. My entire driveway was covered in a maze of folding tables, cracked baby toys, rusted cookware, and what looked like a dozen confused retirees shuffling around with chipped mugs. And right there, smack dab in the center of it all, was her. Marla. She stood like she owned the block, arms crossed over a designer knockoff bag, barking orders at a bored teenager behind a makeshift cash box. My driveway private property had been transformed into her personal flea market. I honked. Once. Twice. She turned around, sunglasses slipping down her nose, and smiled like we were old friends. Oh, perfect timing. Nate, can you park on the curb? I need the space for foot traffic. Foot traffic. My jaw clenched. I reversed slowly, bumping over a trail of old Reader's Digests, and parked on the grass. I didn't say a word. I just pulled out my phone and started filming. Marla had hung a banner, HOA community sale fundraiser. Like slapping the word fundraiser on it made trespassing legal. Neighbors milled around awkwardly. I heard someone whisper, "Can she even do that?" But no one said a thing. When I confronted her, Marla didn't blink. The HOA approved it. She sniffed. You weren't home, so we assumed you were fine with it. I called Greg, our HOA president. He stumbled over excuses. Apparently, Marla pitched the idea as a community outreach event and conveniently forgot to mention whose driveway she was planning to commandeer. He apologized, kind of, and hung up. That was when I decided, if she wanted to turn my property into a spectacle, I was going to give her a show. The next weekend, I launched Bounce House Saturdays. It started with one inflatable castle, a few juice boxes, and some music. But the kids, they came in droves. Parents brought lawn chairs. I made flyers. Free snacks. No entry fee. Just joy. Marla was not pleased. She called the HOA. Noise complaints. Traffic concerns. Safety issues. She even accused me of charging admission, which was hilarious because I kept receipts for every last juice box. She stood on her porch, arms folded, muttering like she was plotting an HOA coup. Then came the letters. Greg, clearly under pressure, sent me warnings, $50 for a leaf on the sidewalk, $75 for an unapproved gathering. HOA bylaws were being twisted like balloon animals. I tried calling him. His voice cracked. She has board backing. Man. She's tied to the finance committee now. Oh, great. So now this wasn't just personal, it was political. Marla posted in the neighborhood Facebook group, calling me a threat to community standards. Said I was using my house to undermine unity. And when that didn't work, she tried scare tactics. My bounce house supplier dropped me. Sorry. Got heat from a neighborhood legal rep. Can't risk it. It was petty warfare, and I wasn't about to lose. I pivoted. No inflatables. No problem. I handed out sidewalk chalk. Let the kids draw on the driveway. Played carnival music. One girl sketched a giant woman yelling at a bouncy castle. I nearly dropped my soda laughing. Then came reinforcements. An old college buddy ran a party supply warehouse. I told him what was happening. He delivered an inflatable obstacle course and a boxing ring with foam gloves. Adults joined in. It became a full-blown street festival. And that weekend, Greg showed up. Not as HOA president, but as a dad. He brought his twins and lined up for the foam pit. Marla nearly combusted. Greg, what are you doing? He just shrugged. Having fun. You should try it. Her face turned redder than a sunburn. But she wasn't done. The next day, a tow truck pulled up. The driver had paperwork claiming I was blocking public access with unauthorized structures. I showed him my security footage and boundary markers. He laughed. Dude, who did you tick off? Then I struck back. I filed a formal complaint with the county about illegal commercial events on private property. 2 weeks later, a government inspector showed up on Marla's lawn. I watched from my porch, sipping lemonade, as Marla tried to explain why her last garage sale had overflowed onto land she didn't own. And just like that, silence. The next morning, a for sale sign popped up in her yard. No goodbye. No final speech. Just blinds drawn and ego deflated. Bounce House Saturdays didn't just survive. They thrived. One neighbor donated a cotton candy machine. Another brought popcorn. Kids started calling my place the Happy Zone. In the HOA, Greg actually helped me set up once. The board backed off. Even the Jensens, the most rule-loving couple on the block, waved from their porch with fresh lemonade. In the end, it was never really about bouncy castles. It was about standing up when someone tries to take what isn't theirs. It was about joy outlasting control. So what do you think? Was I petty or perfectly justified? Drop your thoughts below. I'd love to hear what you'd do if your HOA turned your driveway into a war zone and hadn't mess with a man and his bounce house.